All right, this is part 4, I think, maybe part 5 of making this battle for Emperor's Hammer here. Working on mission 3 now, as I finished up mission 2 last time. I've done a few things off stream just to speed things along here tonight. I've got all the backdrops set up and got all the text copied over from my Word document, my Google Docs actually, and all the radio messages copied over and such, so we don't have to start that over again. For the backdrops, I started with just mission 2, and now we're basically just going to be flying in reverse of starting in region 4 and then making our way to region 1 for the mission. Because there's nothing that says that you have to start in region 1. You can start in region 4. So, but we're going to need to do a few things to make that possible. So I've set the player Mothercraft as the VSD Sinister, that's in region 4, and its End Mothercraft as the challenge, as that's where we're headed. So let's go to the map editor, clicking on that red there, go to region 4, and zoom out. I know that's the Sinister, so where is the player? Let's move the player over here next to the Sinister. Okay. Because we can just see that that's the Sinister, and here in the map editor, we can move the player to be coming out of the Sinister. So let's got good on X and Y, now to set on Z. Now we'll go back here to the waypoints in region 4. Let's check what the orders are in region 4. All right, so we're going to want orders telling the player to hyper to region 3. The reason why we want to put the orders in even for the player to say the hyper to region 3 is that will have the game show the player entering region 3 for where to position hyperspace points and such. So we'll turn on a waypoint here for the player. It'll be a 0.92 and height here. XY. And want to basically be pure. And so we'll have 16 and 2 as our waypoint. So I'll have the player now flying this way. So the reason why I wanted to set it using the waypoint and not by using the position controls here is if you do the position controls, it can cause the player to come in and out of hyperspace weird, as it'll start each region with this positional change. So this will make it so that doesn't happen. All right. Now that we got the player positioned, let's get one set of our wingmen set here to region 4. And these wingmen here in region 4 will just have escort the player. But we'll say actually escorting Bandura. Just so what I did right here, I guess I never explained that before, is by changing the string here, you change what it appears on the CMD display for the player when they click on a craft and they're close enough to know what they're doing, or if they're a friendly unit you know all the time. And instead of it saying circling or attacking, or in this case it was said escorting the player, now I'll say escorting Bandura, even though action-wise they'll still be doing what we want them to. But yeah, that will quickly do that. So let's quickly set these 3 to being here at the player. By having all 3 of them selected, I was able to quickly modify them all. So by clicking on the craft and then middle mouse clicking, I was able to quickly jump to them in the map editor without having to scroll and look for them. Okay. Alrighty, and then XY. We'll leave them down there. I can space them out a bit more than that. Alrighty. But they all have the weird clocking going on, so we'll set that to 0. And then for each of them, give them a waypoint of 16 and 2, 2 and 16 and 0.8 and 2. Why did that just... They should not have all been exactly the same. So I'm going to close that map editor and reopen it. Sometimes things don't update. There. That's what's going on. So we have that one, and that one. Feel like we should have them more spaced apart. That just seems close. Alright. Now we got the player and the squadron all set up. I do not want them on the actual radio together because I don't want the player able to order the squadron away for story reasons. So that's why I do that. Alright, and then we have Bandura. Let's move the Bandura up where over here next to the Sinister, as it's supposed to be coming out of the Sinister. Alright. And we can make it a little further away and down. So that the player is looking upon them when they're coming out. There we go. Alright, and we're gonna put some hyperspace buoys to get us here from region 4 to region 3, which will be our next stop. So go here to the tools, hyperspace buoy wizard, going from Eos to Taraba. Do not want to return pair, just want one. Generate. close. I did not realize I still had some hyperbuoys active. I don't want any hyperbuoys active at the moment. So I'm going to delete those. Alright, I like setting my hyperbuoys to being yellow on the IFF, but I'll leave them as EH for the team. That makes life simple there. Alright, waypoints, I know I need it up here at 2:16.1 just as a rough first approximation. Let's give it some distance from start point for the players so that they can take in the sights a bit. So backdrop wise, straight Y would be the planet and straight negative Y would be the star. So from a continuity point of view, I don't want it to be too much in, don't want it in either X or Y too much from the player's start point of view, because otherwise it'll look like they're flying into the planet or into the star, which would not make sense from a hyperspace point of view. Should also be slightly up because we're at the surface of the moon. Don't want to be flying down towards the moon to enter into hyperspace. So yeah. And then we'll just remember it's a 315, 1.25. So that's where I want these orbiting. So here in region 4, be really simple because I'm actually not going to bring it along, so I'll just give it a circle command with near infinite circles. Call it flying to hyperspace. So preparing for hyperspace. And waypoints here in region 4. Just give it a simple, so what do we say? 315, 1.25. So that's where I want that centered about the Vandoor. What was I just messing with that? Yeah. So let's just do 415, 1.25 for right now. 4.5, 15, 1.25. I'm just making it close for right now, so then I can use the map editor to put it in the circle. So turning on the waypoints here. Let's turn this map. Let's cycle that map again because it didn't look like it had updated the orders. Alrighty. Make this first one. Here we'll circle at 0.5 kilometer. These grids are 1 kilometer spacing. Have it circle at the 0.5 kilometer mark from the hyperbuoy. And then it'll just circle. Alright. Alright, everything looks like it'll be clear. Nothing should impact. All right, we're good here in region 4. Now change my filter to region 3. We have a new Vandura. Again, it says Vandura and should say Dark Star, not Darstar. Okay. Orders in region 3. We'll cross that bridge here in a moment. So, we need to go to region 3 here. That's the Vandura entering. Which one? So one of the Vanduras has orders to go to region 3. So let's get rid of that so that it doesn't interfere with stuff. Okay. Clear its orders. For the circle. Alright, that should be better. That explains a few things. Alrighty, this is the view I expected to see. Alright. Story-wise, I'm saying that EH land is on this side here, so I want us coming out on over here. So hyper from EOS, I'm going to say, is over here. Okay. Let's move the Vandura. Be coming in behind the player. And let's grab these that are in region 2 as a starting point and make them region 3 as a starting point. Alrighty. Okay, they have orders for the player. That's good. Alright, and they are all over there. Alright. Have them. Again, these characters should all be none on the radio and global unit of 0, so that the player cannot give them orders to send them home. Alright. I want to give the player concussion missiles, I remember. To help deal with these system patrol craft that they're about to fight. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. Moving our wingmen. over here. I bet for the player here. Okay. Alright. Just set that to a simple 000 for the order. We'll just be coming in on the plane so that we don't have any real issues going on here. Okay. Okay. Give them all 000 orders here for their hyperspace entry so that they are going in the right direction. Same thing for Bandura. Alright. Arrival. That's one thing we need to probably fix over here in Region 4. Okay, yeah, they're always there. That's always there. Alright. Let's see. Mission craft list, 4 tight advanced, 2 medium transports. Let's clear that out of the medium transport list. Alright. Alright, Region 3. These are all going to arrive when the player arrives in Taraba. So, as soon as the player arrives in Taraba, they will come in. Same with this one. Alrighty. Change this to they have just arrived, period. Alright. Global Group 5 Pirates has been destroyed. Change their global group to 5. And I call that the Pike. And let's give them something fun name. Call it Spear. And what would be a good another name for weapons themed? Axe. Okay, Forecraft. I think I decided I wanted 16 total razors, yeah. Well, it's a larger group that we're going to be fighting, but we're going to all have weapons. And I'm going to give the player tractor beam, just to make life extra easy. Okay, spear. Let's change that to 12. Sure. Hey. Okay, copy paste them. Copy paste them again. Did not want to delete, copy paste that one. Alright, there we go. Change the global unit of them to 13, them to 14. Axe, spear, sword, razor. Okay, copy paste them. Change them to Lance, Pirate Lieutenant. Let's see, Lieutenant. I feel like I'm misspelling Lieutenant. Nope. Okay. Pirate Lieutenant. No escape pods, shields, all that jazz. They do not need to be super ace. That would be a terrible thing. Alright, give them officer. Give captain veteran. Let's just try all of them at veteran, see how this goes. Orders, region, so setting the orders for these pirates here in region 3. So first they're going to have just circle. On the first set, they're starting orders to be circle. So they're just waiting here in the region. And then here on order 2, they're going to have the order to attack targets, IFF, Imperial. So they won't directly necessarily attack the Vandoor that we need to protect, but they could attack it, so it'll be something we'll have to protect. Alright, and that should do that. The jump order for when that will happen will be not a nearby command, but when message number, let's see, 11 happens. Message number 11 happens. That will activate those orders for them to attack. Alrighty. Before that, they will have a circle command, set them to full throttle. Waypoints. Let's see what we could do selecting wise in here. Okay, they're going to be over here. That seems like a decent distance, so we're not instantly in combat. 1, 2. Yeah. So let's just give them a nice little circle command. Yeah, let's just have them circling this asteroid for the most. I don't want them circling the asteroid necessarily, because then when the attack orders come in, they might smack right into the asteroid. So I'm going to set them at a height of 1.5 kilometers as a general rule. And make all their circle commands have 1.5, 5, 5, 5, full circle commands. And let's just say that they're flying around in a circle here, so that's -5, 3 there. So that'll be negative. So this bike there. Just there. 3. Pike. There, that's a decent circle order. Okay, copy that circle order. Actually, they should paste it on that one. But I am going to move the lance there. Move the lance to there. -6. Just so I can select that. That down there. That over there. There, 8 there. 6. And then -3. Alright, so now the two SPCs are flying in a circle on basically 180 opposed on their circle around this asteroid, but it's elevated up off the plane of the asteroid so they don't smack into it. And now to do same thing for the fighters above and below the plane of them. So let's do all these fighters. Alright. Let's space them up. Make spear up at 2. And axe up at 2. Sword down at 1. By putting them on different planes, I'm keeping the enemy from running into each other with their AI, which is a serious concern. Alright. Need to move axe down to here. And spear. Spear's fine, where's that? Alright. Okay. There's spears. Set. Spear. Okay, spear and sword will be on the same level. So I'm going to copy that, go over here, paste it for sword, but drop them down a kilometer. Okay. So 0. We're going to make that 0 as well. Alright. X. Okay. Copy Axe's orders. Give them to Razor. Change the height to 1. And now we have enemy that is not static looking when we're coming into the area, but they shouldn't smack into anything as they try to come to attack us when they get attack orders. Alright. That should work. Yeah, circle orders of watching, and then they'll pop to attacking. Having those not overridden is good so that we know who they're attacking. Alright, saving that. Do need to give orders to Vandura here in Region 3. Alright. What do I want it to do? I want it to be flying to a hyperspace point here and then circling it. So Vandura, I want doing a circle order 250. It will make it look off for the player because the player probably likely be coming back here to go to the hyperspace point, but nothing to be helped on that. Well, it can be. I could just be having the Vandura completely go this way. Yeah. So we'll set the hyperspace point to 000. Sure, why not? just be annoying. Distances. Hyperbuoy. Going from Taraba to Edge of the Rift. Generate. Change that to IFF yellow. 000 is fine in my opinion for where it's located. Now the order for Vandura up here is circle, and the circle point will be around 000. So we'll just have it go to positive 0.5, 0, negative 0.5, negative 0.5, and 0.5, and circle about. It'll take it a while to reach there in reality, but the player will be able to jump as soon as they're all dead. And that Vandura is not the one that needs to survive. But I will move that a little bit out of the way, just in case, so that the Vandura doesn't have a chance to hit it. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll set that stuff here in a moment. Yeah, okay, so always want that ready, right? So I'm gonna make that appear when 7 happens. So 2 Taraba, I'm gonna have not appear until message 7 happens. From will always exist, it'll disappear after the player's there. 2 Edge of Rift. Let's see, that's all of them. B when 16 fires. Edge of Rift when message 16 is shown. From Taraba can always be existing. Alright, so that's there. Moving on to region 2. Here in region 2, we will have yet another Vandura just to be able to easily control what it's doing. And I set my special craft here in region 2. Let's see, that's color 42. I set Y. So yeah, I want the player entering this way. So, orders in region 3 for the player. I need to give it hyper to region 2. So now that they will appear here in this map. Here in region 2, they will be given orders to hyper to region 1. Waypoint for that order B1. Alright. This one is more of just a thinking level. Cool, let's blow it up. Alright, well 19 appears, so Hyperbuoy from Edge of Rift to Sector 19. Generate. Didn't like that. Alright, change that to IFF yellow. Arrival conditions for that to be message 19 has gone. Hey.
Hey. I was actually hoping to catch you, Mr. Jagged.
I'd like to keep all conversations on topic for mission making for the stream.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
That's actually perfect.
Alright, what's your question?
It was actually concerning mission making.
Alright.
I'm struggling to get the software, well, just to get the software understood.
For Yogami?
Yeah. I thought it would be a little bit easier than it is, and my brain is not wrapping around it correctly.
Okay, what's your question?
I'll be honest, how the heck is... I'm gonna start at point one, if that's alright. I have like a small list, and I'm just gonna try to start point one.
Okay.
If that doesn't bother you.
No problem.
Point one. How do you even start with this? Like, I'm trying to understand it, but like I said, my brain it has a hard time keeping on track with it.
Alright, so what do you have a decision on what of the 4 different games you want to build for?
I am thinking, because I only have one game I can comfortably run right now, and that's XVT.
Okay.
If it can even still build for it, I
Yes.
just want to double check. Okay.
Yep.
And I
So,
have a mission, but I want to make sure it's not too complex before I even start.
have you taken the XVT University class?
I'll return later.
So,
I knew I screwed up somewhere. That is my bad.
so the XVT University class uses Yogami and uses Allied or a different creating software than Yogami, but the concepts behind it are very, very, very similar. So usually after you go through that class, you can quickly figure out, oh, it's just in this spot in Yogami, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. My bad. Like I said, I knew I screwed up somewhere, and I was kind of just trying to learn,
Yeah.
like, fish out of water style.
But if you want to know how you do it, is in Yogami, you just hit new XVT
Don't start your
mission.
project. Okay.
Yeah. And then you would save it per the file format that they'll talk about in XVT university class of like what the naming convention should be and all that.
All right. Yeah, I was doing new XVT mission, then I just lost, and I'm like, okay, there's got to be something. I'm screwing this up, and I figured come in here, ask, and I know
Yeah, you go
you.
to the university, compare weapons and tactics. Let's see. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter Mission Design 1.
Okay.
Course notes. Hopefully with your...
What? Yeah, I'll make it work. I'm just gonna copy paste everything if that's all right. Would it
Yeah.
offend you guys?
No. So then
Okay,
it
I'll go
goes through
ahead.
the whole thing and yeah.
All right. Like I said, I knew I screwed up somewhere, and so I'll be back. I'm
So,
sorry. I kind of was an idiot there.
no. And if you have questions on how to get on, if after going through this university class you still have questions, go ahead and drop those questions in the mission creation chat and I'll try and answer, but XVT is not my strong suit on mission making, but Master and Locke both make it often, so they will probably quickly answer any questions you have.
I'll be back later. Thank you, and I wasn't sure if this was XVT, if X-Wing, or if everything worked the same, so...
So Yogami stays the same for the most part, but like some things that you can do. I'll be honest, Yogami is mostly designed for X-Wing Alliance as its first primary one, and then it's can be used for XVT, Balance of Power, and TIE and X-Wing. Is just least from what I've been told by Master and Locke, like it has its strengths and weaknesses for those other platforms. It is perfectly tailored for X-Wing Alliance. It's just the other platforms, it works ish at times.
Oh, final question.
Yes.
This was in my notebook, and it's written as "if all else fails" question. Um, and this is if my brain still can't wrap around it even after the class. Is it hard to add new ships?
To XVT?
To yes.
So XVT, we have a whole patch thing for our we have, what is it, 114 patches for XVT as a group of different craft that we have had made so that you can add in and
All right.
use.
Well, like
If you want to
XVT, X-Wing.
add your very own one, that is its own nearly lost art of called OPTing. There is a university class on it. It is inactive at the moment because there's no professor to proctor it. But you can read the notes still if you know how to look at inactive university classes. How you do that is you scroll down here on the main page and you get to all the grayed out ones. And there should be one called OPTing.
Basically, my brain struggles with any type of coding these days, but I'm still really good at design and art, so...
Yeah, so there's not much like coding in from what I've read on the OPT, but you have to
Well, I noticed...
do the modeling
Oh,
and
that I'm great at, but I noticed you're doing coding, and I'll be honest, I watch your streams, and I'm getting lost constantly.
yeah,
I think I'll
I
get
guess
into the
I
coding
guess I
route.
don't see it so much as coding, but it is sort of coding. I will admit that. But yeah.
I honestly think I'll go practice the OPT route then, if that's all right.
If you want to be doing OPTing, a good thing to do would be to join the TFTC Discord server, because in TFTC Discord server is basically all the people who is the server for both TIE Fighter Total Conversion and for X-Wing Alliance Upgrade Project. So you have all the people that have been doing the creating the extra models, the higher def models for X-Wing Alliance. And the process of creating models is the same whether it's for the high def X-Wing Alliance upgrade or for XVT. So you can be asking your questions in there.
Wait. Is it the same as it used to be?
What do you mean?
This is gonna sound really weird, but my best friend across the street, the one who's here,
Yeah?
he said he used to build models for this game. Is it
Yeah?
the same?
I mean, the OPTs are the same all around. I mean,
Okay,
the OPTs are
I haven't...
slightly different between XVT and X-Wing Alliance, but only very slightly. But yeah, so I would
So,
recommend joining the TIE Fighter Total Conversion Discord, and I can send you a link to that or show you how to
yes,
get to it.
please do. Please
Yeah.
send me that link, because compared with this, with watching your stream, with that Discord, and with my friend, and with this lesson, all I'm gonna have to do is combine it all together and use my learning style, and I can work on it. Thank you, dude.
All right, I will send that to you after the stream is over.
Alright, sorry to interrupt. I will let you go back to your stream. I'm
Nope,
excited now.
no problem. All right, going back to figuring out how. So this one is just going to be pure sightseeing. Set that to 2 kilometers out. And region 2. Refresh that so that that's showing where I want it to show. Yep. The Bandura. Have it back there. Sure. That's fine with me. Okay, it has a circle order 250. So I know it's a 2. So I want it to go to 0.5, 2.2, 0, 2.5, negative 0.5, 2, and 1.5. Okay, there's the circle commands for that craft. Here in region. Alright, let's give me some wingmen. Copy paste. Copy paste. Copy paste. Set them to in region 2. Okay. Just quickly move them to there. Alright. Rival conditions for them is when the player reaches edge of the rift. Okay. And then we can go, and then region 1. And do new copies of them again. So the reason why I'm making copies of the wingmen instead of having them just hyper to the different regions is don't want to run into the problem of the wingmen crashing into the player as they come out of hyperspace, which can sometimes happen if they are on similar hyperspace orders. So this just
Wait. What?
So you can have other craft crash into you as they come out of hyperspace. And if you're in a big mission and you are following along with a bunch of other allied fighters to a hyperspace location, if they are all actually going through hyperspace into the other region like you are, they could crash into you and destroy
okay,
you.
Yeah.
So there are a couple different ways you can skin the cat of fixing that. The easiest and most brute force way of doing it is just to make it so that in reality they don't actually enter hyperspace. They just go somewhere else, and there's a whole new craft in the new region, and then you have precise control of where they're coming into in the new region, so that they can't crash into the player. That's
Okay.
usually what I default to, just to have supreme control over their behavior.
Is that a more difficult way to do it, though, or an easier way?
I find it easier.
Okay. What do the red boxes mean for someone who's new? Because I noticed when you were messing with those, it created a red line on your other screen.
Which red line?
8 down on your other side, left upper.
Over here?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, so if
right
it's
there.
red, that means that they are active for this current region that I'm selected on. I'm
Okay.
changing what region, and this tells me what craft on my craft list are actually active in that region.
Okay.
So I know
Thank you.
which craft I can be modifying.
Alright, I was wondering if that was an error symbol or something else, because when you clicked on those boxes over there, it transformed that, so...
Yeah. So they're all linked together.
Okay, I actually am starting to grasp what's going on a lot better now.
Well, that's good.
I
That's what
learned
we
better
want.
from watching.
That's what we want.
It,
And that's the whole
it's
point
weird.
of what I'm doing here is many people learn by watching. So,
I learned by watching and listening.
yeah, listening to my muttering.
Oddly enough, is one of the best ways I ever learned. It's how I learned structural engineering.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, I'm happy with region 2. I think I have everything set for when I want it
And
going. Yeah, so now region 1.
I also have you on a bigger screen so I can actually read things now.
Yeah.
Is that why things have the the 1 in the or at least to me it looks like a 1 or a 3 in a dash and then the D and then the name of it next to it?
So, and this is covered in the university class, but I can easily tell you right now. So, right here, what we have is this is saying that's on this is saying that's on team 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's saying it's in global group 1.
Okay.
Then it's saying that this flight group has one wave of one craft.
Okay.
So there's only one craft in the flight group and there's only one wave. Then it's telling you that's a TIE Advanced. T/A is a TIE Advanced.
Mm-hmm.
And then the name of the craft, which in this case is Lieutenant Julerin. And then
Okay.
this bracket with the 4 in it is just letting me know that this is the 4th instance of this exact same name and craft combination.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Okay. That
So,
makes 100% sense now.
yeah. And if I were to do things like give it a global group, a global unit, now I would add parentheses at the end with what the global unit information is.
Makes sense.
So yeah.
And now I see how you do the global controls on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep. And that's actually, at least on the X-Wing Alliance mission making, that information I just told you is actually one of the test questions. Hint, hint.
Really?
Yes. Is how do you decode this string of information?
And it was just, oh, that makes sense. Boom.
Yes. So,
Oh,
going to region 1 now. These craft all appear now when the player enters region 1, along with Vandura up here. Should have the same, give it the same of when the player enters region 1.
must have arrived. Okay, I see what's going on now.
Yeah, so this is telling that when 100% of the flight group of this flight group, which I know is the player flight group, have arrived in the region, and I've set to region 1, then it spawns the flight group off of this time delay, which is 0. So that means that it look like they're coming out of hyperspace behind the player.
Oh, that's going to be a pretty imagery. Okay.
Yeah. So now I just need to set where everyone is so that we don't crash into people.
And it doesn't create instant death.
Yes. So first thing to do is to grab this right here and move that to where I want it to be. Only really affects the player.
Right.
And we'll just
Hey,
set to here. Hi.
Thank
what
you
y'all
for
up
keeping
to?
me.
Yeah.
He's explaining how to do missions, and he's helping keep me on focus while doing it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell this is a 90s server with just this whole aesthetic layout.
The
Yeah.
aesthetic's nice.
It's definitely Windows 95, but hey,
Oh,
Windows 95 was a
that's,
great program, or Windows
hey,
98. Yeah.
it was better than Vista. We can all agree.
Everyone can agree that
Mm.
anything is better than Vista. Maybe not Windows 3. Maybe Vista was better than Windows 3, but yeah.
I would agree. Yeah.
Alrighty, so by turning on the this waypoint for the player flight group, that allows me to control what direction the player is looking when they come out of hyperspace. Not really that critical, but I just did. And let's move. Let's make it so that the Vandura comes out from behind the player and has a similar thing. It's going to have a similar waypoint. And I'll need more than one waypoint for the Pandora. And these all will have the same thing. Where are they at? Alrighty. Have them coming out.
I gotta mute. I gotta grab some water. I will be right back.
Okay.
Alrighty, so just circling that. Yeah, now it's behaving. Alright, so now everyone is going where I want them to be. Alright, now to give some circle orders to the Vandura, but let's first see where the challenge is going when it is flying about. Okay, it's doing this whole figure eight that I gave it, but it's doing it all up at 1 kilometer in altitude, so I can give Vandura a circle order of 0. So Vandura, I can tell it. Actually, yeah.
You can work in 3D so that you can make the like figure 8 different levels.
Yeah. So you
That's
can
pretty cool.
do all that stuff. It's not full 3D, like you can't like set it to something other than a straight direction, but you can make it work.
Yeah.
And you can only set 8 points, so having super smooth is not the most possible, but we work with what we got.
I feel like I
X,
just
Y rather than
Let's go
3D.
1.
Did I just miss something super critical?
-1.
Nah,
So-
I was just asking questions to stall.
So I was just pointing out that you can switch to the other views. So I mostly work in X, Y, but you also can see the Z axis or Z for non-Americans in both ZX and ZY for just trying to figure out how everything's oriented inside the 3D space. Alrighty.
Yeah. So I was just asking if the Z is movable at all, or if it's all flat.
Circle.
You know, that is a
250.
legitimate question.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and these guys
Yeah.
all have escorts on the player.
I think
They are all arrived correctly. Alright.
Explanation as well. How much can it move on the Z-axis, I guess?
So
When, like, on the side view, I guess.
the game
Holy
space,
crud.
like I have put things out at 100 kilometers away in the game space, I think, before.
Huh, cool.
Now
The
there
maps are
wasn't the intention for you to have to fly 100 kilometers. So you can do a fun thing in X-Wing Alliance of you can have the player start out here at like negative 50 or 100 kilometers, do something, and then enter hyperspace and actually jump to 0, in the same region. So you can do a little micro jump, like 100 kilometers.
Would that ease up on the loading time?
There really isn't a loading time in the mission itself. So it'll just go through the animation of the hyper jump, but it's a nice little like micro jump, a la Thrawn style, to get closer to a location. I do it in one of my missions, one of my TFDC missions.
Seems like it'd be like a bit of a breather before jumping.
Actually, that seems really cool.
So it makes it so that you can see the enemy craft or like the space station that you're flying to at the far distance. And if you want to just fly in that direction for an hour, you can, or you can take the hyper buoy and do a micro jump to them.
It
It's
also
cool.
gives you an impression of size.
Yeah. So it's a cool little. It's mission 1 of TFTC IW2 does that trick.
IW2.
Yeah.
All right, I will go check that out, and I don't mind flying for an hour just to see what it looks like.
Alrighty.
I play Elite Dangerous.
I played EVE Online for a while, so yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Space trucking, friend.
Yes, space trucking. I was never much of a space trucker, but I was a space marionette driver of using drones to destroy other craft all the time. Alrighty.
So were you like
Oh.
more on the front side or the side sides or a rear defender? I'm guessing if you had drones, you were a bit more towards the front.
I mostly just ratted. I occasionally engaged in patrols, but I mostly just ratted, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, okay.
Alright.
I
So
gotta keep
now I am happy with, I think I'm happy with the orders for every single craft and their waypoints that they're going to fly through. Now I want to set the goals for all the craft for the mission. So the goals for the mission are, the combat region is region 3. So I want Bandura 3 to have a not get destroyed goal.
Oh shit! I almost forgot.
So
I am
flight
not
group
Sorry.
Bandura 3 must not be destroyed. So
I do want to declare
protect.
sorry for cutting you off a few times. Not intentional.
No, star,
Same here.
dark star, save.
So,
Alright.
Is this how you make it immortal? Because I know you were talking about that last stream.
So to make a craft immortal, so like all the wingmen are actually immortal, because from a story point of view, I want them always there because they are talking in the radio messages, and it just makes it easier for the players.
Yes.
So I set them all to invincible, so they can never be destroyed. They can only get taken down to 1% hull. Now they will go off and try and run away. So this is me setting like the win conditions for the mission. So I just set right here is that this craft, medium transport Bandura 3, it must be the mission will fail if it's destroyed. So I said protect Darkstar and Darkstar safe. That, and it's active sequence 0, so it'll always be appearing, because from just a story point of view, that should always be there. Another thing is our next goal will be to destroy all of Global Group 5. So global goal saying 100% of Global Group 5, which is pirates. I want them destroyed. Destroy those pirates. Or, yeah. Tell no tales. Destroy. Okay. And give the player an extra 1,000 points for destroying them. Give them some bonus points. Why not? All right. Now,
That's cool. That's adjustable.
Yeah. So one thing that's unique to X-Wing Alliance versus TIE Fighter and X-Wing XVT is that not all the goals have to appear at the exact same time. So that allows you to not give away the whole plot of the mission with the goals from the very beginning. So we're going to use that right now. So I first want to I want the first goal, active sequence 1, be that the player has arrived in region Taraba. So until you arrive in Region Taraba, this will show as incomplete. Actually, yeah. So I'm going to say start your journey to the rift. Waypoint reached. Start your mission. Alrighty. And then I'm going to create this is a bit more advanced thing, but it's not that complicated. I'm going to create a little craft here that I am going to link to the arrival of a radio message of me saying to attack the pirates, which is radio message 13. So when radio message 13 is displayed, this craft will arrive. Just giving it...
Oh, cool. So you can give a message. I was wondering if, like, you give him a little space and then, like, here's your message, get to the warp zone, sort of thing.
Yeah. So by creating this craft that I will call Trigger, so this craft will appear in a region that the player won't be in anymore. But by tying it to the radio message, I can now tie a goal to the arrival of that radio message. So now after the player has reached region 3, they will complete goal 1. Now goal 2 will be escort the Bandura to the rift. But then the pirates...
I apologize, I may have to return later.
Alright. And this is... The pirates kill those pirates. Continue your mission. Alrighty, so now we know that we want killing the pirates to be goal 3. So destroy all the pirates will be goal 3. Once all the pirates are dead, we will be wanting to switch to goal 4 is the player, and it's not necessarily goal 4, but goal level 4.
Yeah, while I appreciate this and I really find it super interesting and I want to listen to more, but the thing is that the persons that originally requested the guidelines have left. I'm just listening for funsies, so it would be probably kind of useless for you to expend your energy.
Well, I'm also posting these videos to YouTube, so I'm explaining for YouTube for people to refer to later.
That makes sense.
Yep.
But anyway, I hopped in to say hi.
Hi.
Stick around as a subject if you want, but I just wanted to say hi to you and Jawa.
All right.
I just couldn't find the right point to interject.
Nope. Nice hearing your voice.
Ditto.
Yep. Alrighty.
I hope you have a good time and good luck with your video.
All right. Thank you much.
No problem. Appreciate you. Bye.
Okay. Now goal level 4 is going to be get to the edge of the rift. So get the dark star to the rift. Almost there. And just copy and paste that in there. And now goal 5. 5 will be arriving in region 1. Star to Rift. Pandora in safely in the okay. Copy V. I'm going to create another trigger craft. Set its waypoint 30, just so it's not hitting anything, and tie that to 22. Alright, and then its goal, flight group goal, will be level 6. Must have arrived. Port to Vice Admiral Setzer. Star and copy B. Alright. Should have all the goals now in place. Now to make the briefing real quick. Alrighty. Let's remind myself of what the briefing says. You are to go to EOS and escort the Dark Star from EOS to Sector 0907, the center attack on Rift, where the challenge will be awaiting. Eliminate any witnesses to the movement of the Dark Star. This is a mission of utmost secrecy. Okay. Alright. So, way front end, mission 4. No, this isn't mission 4, this is mission 3. Alright, so let's get the different levels here. New event. So I'm quickly just creating new events for displaying the 3 levels of text. Now I'm gonna go and see how long the audio is. The audio is 8.5 seconds long, so make it 9.5 seconds, which means this one, let's see if I want it, so I want it 225? Yeah, 225 for 9 seconds. I want 9.5. Alrighty, then the next one is 6, so make that 7. So 7 seconds on top of that will be, let's just do it this way. So shooting for 60.5. Let's see, what would that be? Not 500. 750? No. 350? So 425. Yeah. Can't do the math in my head at the moment. Alright. And then the good luck is 2 seconds long. So make sure we at least go to 25 is fine. Alrighty. So nice short thing. You are to go to EOS and escort Dark Star. Alright, so let's go EOS Dark Star CM fell you. 907 Decon Rift. And eliminate. Alrighty. Let's do that. So we got basically 10 seconds. Okay. So I'm actually gonna new event and turn that off and switch to region 1, and then all that is 200. So usually region switch takes about 2 to 3 seconds, so I usually count it as 2 seconds. So now this will be region 1. Let's make that 1 second jump up. Alrighty. And event here will make challenge as well. Alright, let's go to half second here. So new ship icon there, medium transport, Imperial, rotate that icon to be right. FG tag on that. Do a second. Text tag. Pandora. Red. Text tag. I got 2. Dark Star. Red. Give that a second. New ship. Icon 2. Die advanced. Imperial rotate. Icon 2. FG tag 2. Icon 1. Text tag 3. Commander fell you. Alrighty, give that. Let's see, that's 1.5 seconds. Okay. Let's add in CM star LT Joran and LT Scotty Geo. Alrighty. Then new ship icon 2. Rotate icon 2. Three on icon 2. New ship icon 3. Rotate icon 3. FG tag 4 on icon 3. And then new ship icon 4. Rotate icon 4. FG tag 5 on icon 4. Advance to there. And text tag 4 of Commander Star. Text tag 5 Jordan. Text tag 6 Lieutenant Scotty the Geo. Alright. 5, 6. Give it 6. New ship. Icon 5. Hyper buoy. Yellow. And FG tag 6. And text tag 7. Let's change that from straight 917 to sector. Alrighty. Event list. Let's get text tag 7. Okay, text tag 8. Alrighty, give that. Okay, clear FG tags, clear text tags. Then have new ship icon 6. Razor fighter. And make those blue. Rotate. Six. Left. New ship. System patrol craft. Rotate icon 7. Move both of those to being off screen so that they can then fly into screen. Okay. So move ship icon 6 and half a second. Move ship. Okay, move ship icon 7. Okay. FG tag. Seven. Then text tag 1. What is this? And purple. Alright. So that's 3/4 of a second. New text tag. Eliminate. Move ship. Icon 1. Take 2 seconds. Ship. Icon 2. Okay. Ship icon 3. Move ship icon 4. Clear text tags, clear FG tags. Okay. Sit here for a half a second. Sit here for a quarter second. Destroy. Okay. Move ship icon 6. 0 seconds. $3,000. Just making these icons disappear. let's see. 16. Icon 2. Just trying to make it visually interesting. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Move ship, icon 0. And let's see, that would be 1.5 seconds for what I want. Yeah. Okay. Icon 1. When does icon 1 stop? Okay, icon 1 stop moving. Send them off screen. When does icon 2 stop moving? Okay, icon 2 stop moving. Send them off screen. When does icon 3 stop? Okay, 3 stop moving, send them off screen. Icon 4 stop moving. 4 stop moving, send them off screen. And when that happens, new event, switch to region 1. That should be actually region 4. Okay. Okay, new ship. Star Destroyer 2. Okay. G tag. Okay, text tag. Challenge. ship, icon 1. Advanced. Okay, rotate. Icon 1. Right. New ship. 2. Medium transport. Rotate icon 2. Okay, new ship icon 3. Advanced. Rotate icon 3. New ship icon 4. Advanced. Rotate icon 4. New ship icon 5. Advanced. Rotate icon 5. Event list. Alrighty, craft at 2500. 100. 500. 500. 500. Okay. Okay, move ship icon 1. And see it sends out that, so 2 seconds. Move ship. Icon 2. Move ship icon 2 to here. Forward here. One. And everything after this point is moot because the mission ends at that point. So no point in heading anything past that point. So alrighty. I think that is good. Let's give it a test. See how she plays.
Pilots, please remember to schedule your sim time.
The master plan, calling in the A-Team. It has been many months since Azara.
You are to go to EOS and escort the Darkstar from EOS to Sector 0907 in the center of the Tycon Rift, where the challenge will be waiting. Eliminate any who witness the movement of the Darkstar. This is a mission of utmost secrecy. Good luck. You are to go to EOS and escort the Darkstar from EOS to Sector 0907 in the center of the Tycon Rift, where the challenge will be waiting.
Need to
Eliminate any who
adjust.
witness the movement of the Darkstar. This is a mission of utmost secrecy.
Alright. I want to adjust where that is where the sector 0907 is. It is a little cut off in game. Alright, even less, so 652. So I want the X more towards it. Okay. Make that, reduce that to, let's reduce that by 200. Alright, save. Test.
Alright, let's...
The master plan.
You are to go to EOS and escort the Darkstar from EOS to Sector 0907 in the center of the Tycon Rift, where the challenge will be waiting. Eliminate any who witness the movement of the Darkstar. This is a mission of utmost secrecy. Good luck.
Alright. That works well enough. Let's see how the combat balance is. Alrighty.
Good luck on your mission. Thanks. Okay, Convoy A-Team. First waypoint today's journey is Tarava. Is the van ready?
You're talking to me, sucker.
Bandera?
Sorry. Yes, we're ready.
Okay, got the A-Team van skin on. And jumping.
Jack, got chips on my sensors. Looks like there's pirates swimming before.
That looks like a juicy transport you got there. I think we'll take it off your hands. Power down or else.
You picked the wrong people to try and rob. Typhoon, weapons hot.
I pity the fool.
Alright. Let's get some range. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Probably want to turn those down a level. Okay. Things I want to do. Turn the AI everything down to officer and drop the extra shields on them. Okay. Okay. Actually, we can leave those up at veteran. It's not too terrible. But I might bump allied up to top ace. Okay. Test.
Alright.
You are to go.
Good luck on your mission.
Thanks. Okay, Convoy A team. First waypoint in today's journey is Tarava. Is the van ready?
You talking to me, sucker?
Bandera?
Sorry. Yes, we're ready.
Alrighty.
Jack, got chips on my sensors. Looks like those pirates from before.
That looks like a juicy transport you got there. I think we'll take it off your hands. Power down or else.
You picked the wrong people to try and rob. Typhoon, weapons hot.
I pity the fool.
Just down to you. Oh no! I got greedy. Refly mission. Okay.
Good luck on your mission.
Thanks. Okay, Convoy A-Team. First waypoint today's journey is Tarava. Is the van ready?
You're talking to me, sucker.
Bandera?
Sorry. Yes, we're ready.
Okay.
Jack, got ships on my sensors. Looks like those pirates from before.
That looks like a juicy transport you got there. I think we'll take it off your hands. Power down or else.
You picked the wrong people to try and rob. Typhoon, weapons hot.
I pity the fool.
Alright. Got their attention. Potato pole range. Let's go for the pass. Okay, let's try this again. Alrighty.
That's all of them.
Okay, let's get into the chaos and our entrance into the Khan Rift. There it is, gentlemen, the Dakan Rift.
Cool. Let's blow it up.
You've been spending too much time with Master.
So I'm gonna move it a kilometer more forward. Two kilometers forward.
Convoy A-Team is here, Admiral.
Vandura, fly to the marker buoy. Typhoon, land in the hangar and report to me for debriefing.
Okay, I need to add a marker buoy for the Vandura to be circling.
Report to the debriefing room at once.
Great work getting the Dark Star here safely. Those pirates didn't sink.
Okay. And that, I think, is pretty much good. Except I need to add a new flight group of hyperbuoy. Marker. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Okay, and region 2 sector. Okay. Region 2. Vandura. Waypoints. Why aren't the waypoints for Vandura and region 2 showing? Did I mess up and not give it orders here for this? Yep, copy, paste. There we go. But all of those, I want to move out 2 kilometers. Alright. Save. And we're all good there. Okay, go on to region 1. That is orders. Circling the 000 spot, which I just add a marker buoy to. And that would be the end of mission 3. I think we're all done now. Alright. I don't think I'm going to post a video of me making mission 4. This will be my last opportunity really to be doing mission making while on stream. But hopefully everyone can play it here soon when it comes out. Good night.